to really hit that. Live. Fire 716. It is your boy Daniel the Dark Knight out here with the people. Say your name to them.
What's going on, everybody? My name David.
Nate. It's your boy Knuckles. Bah, 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 bah.
And we here today. This is the third iteration of the show that you love called Pop the Vote presents The Real.
The real. We out
So,
here.
Knuckles, bro, you started off how you been, Brody?
Oh man, it's been a week since last week. It's been the sky's been out, sun's been there. The season's changed. It's officially spring now, and it feels great. I'm looking forward to the new change, and we're gonna leave all the old stuff in the past because that's just what happens when you leave stuff in the past.
That's true.
How about yourself, Nate? What's new? What's been in your atmosphere?
It's been a lot in my atmosphere. Like,
Yeah, like what's going on in your bubble,
In your space.
yeah, in
My
your
space.
space, yeah.
I got a lot going on. Mainly just trying to change up some core values about myself.
Okay.
Be the man that our grandfather wanted me to be. So that's what I've been working on lately.
Okay.
All right. And Dave, what's up with you, bro?
Not much. Just returning back on to Buffalo.
Back to the low.
Just
It-
moving back from Atlanta back home to Buffalo. That's about it. Just trying to get my life straight.
Straight
Trying
it
to
out.
just be a better person than what I was last year.
Okay.
Amen.
Better person he was last year. Because last year, who was he anyway? You know what I'm saying? I've been I've been chilling. I've been doing a lot. All right. I've been parenting. I've been doing a lot. I don't know who the man is, but positives. I've been doing a lot. I'm also trying to change. So we all at that place right now. I feel like we all at that transitional phase in our life where we're trying to be better than
Yeah,
we is.
it's that 30 milestone, man.
Exactly.
Once that
Gotta
kicked
grow
in,
up.
it was like,
Gotta grow up now. Like,
I ain't trying to, but I just keep hearing this clock and
Yeah, for sure.
Trying
can't
to
keep
get all
hitting
your
snooze, man.
accomplishments out
Can't
the
keep
way.
hitting snooze.
I
Not
think
keeping
it's like you hit a certain age, right? And then you just like, am I really the kind of man that
That you want to be.
I want to be? So I think that's what I've been really focused on the past couple weeks.
Right
on, right
on.
That's what you could say. Reality actually starting to kick in. Soon as you hit what 28, let's say, going into your 30s,
Something like
that's when
that.
you start to really realize, like, okay,
Gotta get my life together a
reality
little bit.
is
I'm gonna
It's
say
actually right
25 because I've been told once you hit 25, your insurance go down. Lies,
Lies.
all lies.
And do if
lie.
you've
That-
been driving.
lies. Like I said, all lies. So once that came, and I was like, "Ain't nothing, not a nothing changed."
You know what it is though.
I got to start making these moves because
You know what it is though.
It ain't
I
happening.
feel like for everybody that's like growing up, there's something that humble them to be like, this is what's happened, and you got to be an adult now. For a lot of people, that's children, and I just think that for me, I haven't had that humbling experience. So one day I just woke up and like, all right, time to man up.
yeah. I mean, everybody's clock is a little bit different because society would definitely paint that picture. When you're 25, you need to have a 3-car garage. You
It'll
gotta
be nice.
have a family.
Out your mama house.
You gotta have out the mama's house. You gotta have
At least a
indoor
job.
and outdoor pool
Will be nice.
with a screen and
Basketball court.
right. Yeah.
That will be nice.
Yeah, it does sound nice.
Sounds
it sounds
great.
It sounds amazing. Where can
Fictional
I apply for
story.
it? But
Fictional story.
You got to make it work. You got to
exactly.
Work for it.
And everybody operates at a different pace.
True.
Some people love sprinting. Sprinting is extremely hard. Some people love jogging.
Yeah.
I
love
like
sprinting.
I
I
like
like to
walking
walk.
fast.
I like to walk.
I walk fast, but I take in everything.
Oh, look at you. Little deep there, little deep there. Mic drop on that joint, on that.
Drop the tissues.
It's supposed to be a mic. Yeah.
Can't really drop these mics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, this is I'm glad we at this point we all gonna change, we gonna grow. Hopefully we could do it together, you know what I'm saying? Today, we're gonna talk about making choices. We could probably go on dog cancel culture out just a little bit.
Always. Every chance we get.
And we're gonna do all that good stuff. But that is when
Not cancel
we
culture.
come back from this break. So we'll see ya.
Are you ready to launch your business, but you don't know where to begin? Join the Iberio Business Center online program, which serves the Finger Lakes in Rochester, New York. The business course is offered in both English and in Spanish. Take advantage of the different speakers and their expertise throughout this course. The online program includes a pitch competition, which will assist you with funding for your business. For more information, visit iberio.org or call 716-418-4782.
If it was up to me,
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
What's up, fam? It's Frank.
And Tyra, tune in to Keeping the Fire.
Every Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on Fire 716.
mindset.
Fire 716. This is your boy Dan the Dark Knight. We here. This is Pop the Bubble presents The Real. What's up with y'all out there in the public? Hit us up, comment, talk about it. But we about to get into the conversation. Open us up, Knuckles.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about using discernment when cleaning up shop. And pretty much what I mean about that is when you're cleaning up shop in your life, everybody has that New Year's resolution, new year, new me. It's time to cut ties with blase, whoever the case may be. But in doing so, in the excitement of just cleaning up, we go ahead and we cut off things that should not be severed. We burn bridges just to find out later that I got to go ahead and cross that now. And now I got to figure out a way to come back over there because I done did my man shady, and whatever the case may be, or, I stopped talking to this person and that person. Just being more, just consciously aware of what you're doing when you're cleaning up shop. Just don't get too excited in the spring cleaning, and use discernment when you're doing so. If that makes any sense.
I mean, I feel like there's a way to cut some things off without coming off as shady, or I get what you're saying, but sometimes some things just aren't what you need in life.
Speak on it.
Yeah. That don't mean you got to be like, nah, forget you and everything that you stand for. I don't ever want to talk to you ever again.
F you and your mama and her jeans.
Yeah, but that's the way to go about it. But I hear what you're saying, though. Like, you definitely want to be careful on how you cut things off without burning bridges, and you don't want to be too showboaty about it.
Right.
That's just like also saying, like, say for example, like if one of your parents happen to be like in a hospital or on a deathbed or something, you don't have that chance to actually reconcile something with them, then you just kind of wasted the opportunity about it. But come to think about it, the more you think about it, or you don't have that conversation with them, you're just gonna reflect on it and like, oh, you know what, I done said something I really didn't want to say at that second, where I can't say it. So you're just gonna be in an unforgiving state of mind, and that's where the trust issues part come in as well. Like, can you fully actually trust the next person that you really want to talk to? Or that's about it.
Okay.
See, my thing would be very on the discernment side of it. Because sometimes we get really emotional about how we feel about things, and it's usually not the people at the time. It's usually the situation that a person may have found that y'all have found each other in or fell into together, and then that is the thing that make you want to be like, you know what, I am done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Without any, and it's not even, without any real conversation, without any real acknowledgement of your feelings.
Mhm.
You just, now we just out here and we just feeling these things, and you probably confused because I just disappeared off the face of the earth. I didn't have no, I didn't say nothing. You know what I mean? I didn't leave nothing out there for you to even be like, oh, maybe I was tripping.
Right.
Maybe I need to apologize or anything like that. You know what I mean? Um, but I think having discernment is the hardest part of it all,
Yeah.
because as humans, we tend to think retrospectively, and we also tend to think in hindsight. So it's always like, well, right now, this kind of worked for me and this don't kind of work for me. And then later on, in hindsight, it's like, man, I kind of went about that wrong.
Right.
But then we never, like Dave said, we never come back around and be like, yo, I'm sorry for how I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, after I thought about it for a while, I was wrong. You know what I mean? You ain't really, you may have did something that I didn't like, but I never even gave you a chance to really we ain't never have a conversation about it. We ain't never really get down into it. You know what I mean? And then it's like,
Well, and especially today's society, everything's all feeling based.
That's true.
And I need everybody to get this, to understand it. Feelings do not have intellect. All right. So that you keep, everybody takes their feelings and be like, okay, that's just what it is. That's just fact. That's just what you're feeling in the moment right now.
True.
I be angry at work all day. Am I going to keep that same energy when I'm on my day off? No, that was just in that moment. But I'm not going to sit there and allow that to keep festering up and building up to where now I'm acting on impulse. I'm just out here just doing willy-nilly because I'm sticking to just that one feeling in a particular setting.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I'll go into like a story,
Mhm.
not to take up too much time or anything like
nigga,
that.
this is the show. Talk, nigga.
Talk.
So I for people who know and don't know, I joined the Navy a couple years ago, been a sailor. I had went on deployment in 2017. From January to, I want to say, beginning to middle of May, I was talking to my brother. He's letting me know, hey, listen, man, I'm down pretty bad. I think I need a new change of pace. You're the only one that's always there for me. You don't hold anything against me, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, listen, I go on deployment. I come back in December, minimum, because I don't know if we're going to get extended out there depending on, what's going on overseas and stuff like that. So I'm like, until then, get your stuff up, save up as much money as you possibly can, whatever the case may be. I got you when I come back. I'll go ahead, get us an apartment. I'll pay for everything. Whatever job that you get, that's your money. Stack up until you get on your feet. You can do your own thing. I come back from deployment. Now I'm out. I'm driving and stuff like that. Get pulled over by Washington State Police. And that's their bread and butter right there.
Seattle, Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get pulled over. They tell me that my license is suspended. And I'm like, for what? They're like, I got 5 warrants out for my arrest. 5. So I do some research.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time, the same month that I left to go to deployment, my brother got pulled over. And because he was in, he was in the state of New Jersey, they do things backwards. They do. You ain't got your license, what's your name? They'll write your name down, put it in the system, send a ticket. All right, go on your way. That could have been a mass murderer. That could have been a serial killer. That could have been a rapist, whatever the case may be. Not saying my brother are those things, but that's just what it could have been. They could have case closed there, but they don't do any of that stuff. So all the stuff kept building up. So I had to submit paperwork to the judges and let them know, like, listen, I was on deployment. I can't be working for Uncle Sam on the other side of the world and get a speeding ticket or public urination. Public urination anyway. So
People that don't pee at parks. Anyway.
He didn't use, discernment at all or wisdom, as in, you know what, my brother's about to take care of me, out of this, out of that, let me go ahead and get things done, whatever the case may be. He burnt this bridge. He is scorched. And yeah, at that moment, yeah, my emotions, my anger, my rage, he had a body bag, because
Wait a
I
minute.
had some plans for
I'm
him.
confused. Was he the reason you had the warrants out for your arrest?
Yes.
Like he was using your name or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
You missed that part. So I was like, well,
oh, my bad. Yeah, so he was using my stuff. So because there's only 2 people that know my stuff.
Mhm.
One's my mama. 2 is gonna be him. So, and he the only one that lives in Jersey. So I'm like, it kind of narrows that down. But me genuinely at heart have best interest for him and his well-being, because he's acting on impulse, being in his emotions, doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing, burnt his bridge with me for ever really helping him out. And it took me a long time to forgive him, because I can't hold, that type of energy within me, because it'll destroy you. Like I said, I had plans for him, but I can't continue to keep being like that and living like that. But just his actions, knowing that somebody's out here, like he said, he's like, dude, you're the only person that don't judge me, don't do nothing, and is always willing to help me out. And this is the type of energy, this is what you do to the people that really truly want to help you out. Now, when you're down and bad, you have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn to.
True.
That's the sucky part about stuff like that. I didn't mean to take up too much time, but
No, and I could agree with that statement, because I'll say a couple years back I did the exact same thing to my own little brother.
okay.
Now I do regret it. I still want to actually face him and actually have a little brother to brother talk about how situations came to be,
Right.
or what my motives was behind that. But again, I'm not gonna get into too depth about what actually happened. But
Right.
like, I do still want to fix that relationship between my brother, because again, that's my little brother.
Mhm.
Brothers are still gonna be brothers at the end of the day.
Exactly.
However you want to slice it, like, you could be mad at them for plus years, but at the end of the day, that's still blood in your veins.
Mhm.
Like, me still being the oldest, like that holds like a little height to it.
Yeah.
If I could say that correctly. Like, but I still love him. I don't hate him per se, but
Mhm.
I still need to actually have that little talk with him, just to say, like, you know what, this is what happened.
Yeah.
And where can we go from here? Because, like, I still want him to, like, meet, like, my kids. I mean, he already met them, but, like, had that little uncle bonding with them as well.
Talking to the
Yeah,
mic,
like-
nigga.
Like, hey, like, I just that's what I feel like I need to do as a self person. But, like, at the end of the day, like I was saying before, like, if you have a bridge that you feel like it can be fixed, go ahead and fix it.
Yeah.
Like, just don't let it keep diminishing, and just let it burn out.
Yeah.
Just, like, if you got a chance to fix something, go ahead and fix it.
And
Like,
apology
however
goes a
me-
long way.
Like, however you want to go about it, like, just know, like, some bridges, yeah, they can't be gone forever, but not all bridges though.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. So then my question to push the conversation forward is, y'all gave good examples of reasons to burn one, or somebody else burn a bridge, and you just accepting the fire. You know what I mean? Like on Freddy vs. Jason. But
Okay.
my question then is, all right, so if those is reasons to not deal with people, you know what I mean, then where is the line to draw? Because just because you did me wrong, I am a firm believer, just because you got done wrong is not necessarily absolute to totally cut somebody off.
Yeah, no. So, like, to this day, me and my brother, we talk. And unfortunately, it was I had to bring up the conversation, because first time I got on the phone with him, I'm waiting for him. Like, so he gonna say it, He didn't say nothing to me. So, like, towards the end of the conversation, I was like, so 5 warrants for my arrest, huh? He's like, oh yeah, I meant to say something about that. I'm like, oh really? That's crazy. So through time is the only healer. And we're able to talk now. We have a relationship, but there's boundaries on it. That's my only, like how you said, blood in the veins. That's my only true brother. All my other siblings, we're half. We're the only ones, same mom, same dad. So I can't sit there and just toss them to the side. Plus, me being a believer, I can't sit there. The Bible says, you can't hate your brother who you see every day and claim to love me who you don't see. Paraphrasing, you fake. Yeah, you fake. You can't. They don't work that way. So I can't say, forgiveness could happen to anybody. It could be there if you want it to be there. If you want to hold that, no, it's burnt here. It ain't gonna never go and grow. That's fine.
Alexis said,
"Fire is a purification stage." What she said.
Alexis says sometimes you gotta love somebody from a distance.
I agree with that. I agree.
I think a lot of it is like self-work and knowing yourself, because I've been in some situations where someone has done something to me that was like straight betrayal. And I didn't of course when it happens, you like, I want to cut this person off forever.
Right.
Type. But I think what it is just really self-work and knowing yourself. And because, even after that person has done whatever they did to me, I didn't feel like I should like remove myself or erase all the memories that we've made. I think it's just a matter of knowing yourself, and knowing what you can do. And like Alexa said, sometimes you just gotta love someone from a distance. Like if that person wants to hit me up and need anything, of course, like I'm here for you. Like I'm the kind of person that would give someone the clothes off my back if I could. But I do think
I'll say that's a nice jacket, by the way.
Let me hold that.
Right.
You give yourself away.
Think is it like loving someone from a distance is like the ideal way to go about things in these kind of scenarios.
Right.
Because you love someone from a distance does not mean that like that's it forever. Like I'm cutting you off forever.
True.
Sometimes you just gotta like literally have the love from afar, because you can't do the day-to-days like how you used to do with someone else. Like a relationship,
right?
Like you in the relationship with someone, a lot of people do cut their exes off for sure, for good, but you build memories and you have like you build memories and you have like these things that you guys went through as a couple, and then it's like, how can you just cut that out of your life completely?
Right.
Like it's hard. So, but you can still have love for that person.
Yeah.
From a distance. You know what I'm saying?
Can.
From a distance.
Agree. Oh yeah. Shout out to Lexi. She couldn't be here today. That cancel culture got to her. She had too many feministic views on things, so
they got kicked off.
She had to go. No, please. She couldn't make it today. She'll be here next week. Just jokes.
Dang, what was the next thing I was gonna ask? All right. So Nate brought up self-worth and knowing your self-worth. And pretty much that sometimes it just comes down to knowing your self-worth. Now, as far as self-worth go, how I see self-worth is more about what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. Or like how far are you gonna allow yourself to be treated a certain type of way.
You gotta set those boundaries.
You know what I mean? But my question is, sometimes does how you feel about yourself get in the way of things that you may have going on?
You know what you mean?
Yeah.
Like more specific.
Like, let's say I feel very highly about myself. Certain things I'm just not gonna deal with. You know what I mean? Some people call it, you set a standard. You know what I mean? Like, this is my standard. Right. I'm not going below this standard. You know what I mean? But if something come around, which it ain't exactly up to your standard, but it could be a helpful thing. But you're like, nah, I'm better than that, or like, nah, that ain't worth me because I'm here, and that's below me.
I mean, well, we all dirt, so we all on the same level. Ain't no one better, no one's greater. Now,
I ain't dirt.
Do you want to? Okay. Anyway,
Heard my man say it.
so I mean, there's especially in today's time, I'm glad that everybody's into the self-care aspect. You have to take care of yourself.
Of
I
course.
can't help you if we both in the water. One of us got to be in the boat. We need that to be able to pull up. But
Tell that to the girl from Titanic.
Listen,
We ain't gonna talk about bro because she is worthless anyway. Next.
that was a different time. That was back when it was okay to hit your lady.
He was dying.
It was thumbs up approved. And then you gotta take a punch. Now let me stop.
He said that's what he's smacking him left and right.
These are just jokes.
So that's why he got dropped in the water.
There, yeah.
Did he really hit her?
No.
Oh, her man did though. He smacked fire off her. But she ate it.
That is
though.
not cool.
Like I said, she knew how to take a punch back then. It was a tougher lady back then. Anyways, like I said, I digress. These are just jokes.
Like the standards was different back then.
These are just jokes.
Like,
But
standards was different back then.
it
from how they
definitely
are now.
was. Definitely was. But yeah, I
Mad
could
power.
say like I get in my way with that because I know my boundaries. I know my standards. I know my worth. I know I'm not going to be taken advantage of.
Mm.
Now I'm a person like I talk a lot of smack. I don't think so, but everybody else does. Shut up.
You got to listen.
So for me, I'm really quick to forgive because life is too short for anything really.
Of course.
So I'll be hot in a moment in a small season, but that'll burn out real quickly because at the end of the day, we still revolving, we still moving, we still got to keep pushing and keep going. So that could be a hindrance to me to where people see that and may take that as a weakness, my kindness for a weakness, my forgiveness for a weakness. And they be like, well, John's going to forgive me. Just give it time. John will be back. He'll be back. He'll do this. He'll do that. With the times being burnt, eventually you're going to know the stove is hot.
Right.
Of course.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to, hinder you from cooking on the stove. But it's setting these boundaries, these type of standards, and I will continue to keep having you in my life. Just know that you had unlimitless potential. Now you're down to the square. You step outside of the square, don't start acting weird when I start moving differently, because now I done warned you and I told you this is how I feel about a certain thing, and you purposely continue to keep doing it. You get what you deserve.
You're a habitual line stepper.
A habitual line stepper. Exactly.
Alexis said, never go against your standards because you're the only one who can truly make yourself happy.
I agree to that statement.
Girl, go home. No. I love you.
Go against the grain.
I think we use our standards to like really measure, what we can and like what we can't deal with in our life. Standards are important. You need those. Like if you don't have them, then you're gonna succumb or put yourself in a situation where you're not gonna be comfortable no matter what. So I agree. Like you need your standards. Otherwise, you'll be. Who knows? If I ain't have standards, we're not even gonna go there. Next person.
Say, I know where he be at. He be at the club, shaking his groove thing.
Not shaking his groove
out
thing.
there slanging.
Not
chill out.
Slanging.
Some of these girls be out here doing. We ain't gonna get into that.
I was going.
But my man got standards.
I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, standards is definitely used as a metric. You know what I mean? But like, just like with anything, though, your standards change over time. When you grow a little bit more. Sometimes, your standards got real. Well, I know some people whose standards was super high at one point, and then reality hit, and it was like, you know what? Maybe I need to lower these joints a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
As you go through your life and as you go through certain aspects and certain things, yeah, you do alter the standards. Like, and then you're right, you gotta be realistic. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have a standard and stick with it. It's hard to explain.
It's just gonna be harder to attain that goal.
Exactly. Like go ahead. I be scrolling on my social media and I be seeing things like girls be like, my next man needs to have no kids. Meanwhile, she got 2, 3,
5 cars,
different baby dads. All 3 of them is like, that's your standard, and you can have that standard. And I hope you find what you're looking for, but it will be very hard.
Nah. I'm gonna talk about that real fast. We're gonna sit here for a second.
That's
one. People that do that, they just be talking, because that's obviously it's not your standard. Because we see what's the word?
I done saw your blueprints.
Right.
I know what it takes to open the door.
I done seen you. I done seen you do it so many times. Like this is culture for you. You know what I mean? For you to tell me, that's like saying, you smash all these dudes, and then my man's come and he be like, "Yo, what's up with you?" And he treats you like you smash a whole bunch of dudes, and then you get mad, and it's like, but my guy, like I was here when you was doing it. Like, don't act different to me now.
You 64-0 right now. That's the one time you want to take an L. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
I don't necessarily think like anybody can make claims to a woman's body, but I understand to an extent. Like, it just would be like you set the level of expectation for everybody else, and then someone else comes along and they just get you to like.
See, the problem is, especially when it comes to women, they say that they want a nice guy. They say they want to get treated well. They want to be treated with respect. They want, they want all the glitter, the glamour. They want it, but it's too corny. It's too wholesome. There's not enough going on, and women love drama for some reason. Like I said, women get dressed up for other women. They don't get dressed up for us. We don't sit there and look like, oh, dang, did you see the acrylic on her nails? Bam, I'm about to go bag that real quick. Oh, you see the extensions in that hair? Yo, no,
different.
We don't care. You could be in. You could have one croc, one flip flop.
My man Nate say he care a little bit.
A bleached up tank top. What we doing? It don't take that much. We're simple creatures, so it's too simple for women because they claim they want simplicity, but it has to be complex. Complex simplicity is what they want, which makes absolutely no sense unless you're crazy.
I think it's a big gray area.
Women are crazy.
I think it's a big.
But men are crazy too. So
yeah, right. I think it's
John is crazy. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, John might be a little more crazy, but I think it's a big gray area. Like there are women, like women deserve to be treated a certain way, right? Me personally, every woman that I involve myself with, I'm treating them to a standard, holding them to a standard, and I'm treating them to the same standard. Like, it don't even matter what the woman is. Like, when someone gets in my car, my sister don't even touch the car handle, because she deserved to be treated a certain way. And if I'm treating her a certain way,
gentlemen,
then maybe she'll see, oh, other people got to treat me the same way. We got to really build our women up to be like, this is a standard. This is how you should be treated. But I do understand what you're saying, though, because sometimes it is a little heartbreaking to have like a best friend who's getting like dogged out,
right?
And she like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need this person that's going to treat me this way, that way. And then you look at her and be like, you got A, B, and C right there treating you like a queen. But you just freak about just a friend. Like, physical attraction goes a long way.
They're the Jennies of the world. Y'all saw what Jenny did to Forrest.
I did see what Jenny did for us. She was wrong.
She did my man's filthy.
And
then she, why do you love me so much? Because you're my girl.
Right.
Simple.
Right. Now, I agree with both of y'all. I agree with Nate in the fact that's a very gray area, but that's because I, like he said, I feel women should be treated a certain type of way. At least I treat women a certain type of way. Now, if you start acting like, now after a while, I'm gonna start treating you how you act. So I'm gonna treat you with respect until you start being disrespectful. Now, we are going to wane just a
What
little
Blueface
bit as
say?
time go by.
What
You know?
Blueface say? You act like a man. I'm gonna treat you like a man.
Ooh,
Yep.
anyway,
I'm not
Got hit.
Blueface.
I ain't gonna smack you or not, but I'm just saying.
I might shake you. No.
What's what my man say? I forgot what comedian say. He was like, look, all women. No, a woman told me this. She was like, yo, all women want to get married. All women want to be, cared for. All women want to be, and it's not all the way true because I do know a couple that rather not, but all women want to be treated nice. They want to be loved. You know what I mean? And they do deserve it. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, I'm here with John when it's like, but don't act this way and then want me to be this other thing. Like you can't. It's and this. I'm not judging nobody, no woman or anything. It's just
I'll do it.
it's just it's just weird that he can't have kids, but you got kids, but you don't want him. But you just like, I can't mess with no dude with kids, but you got like you said, 3 kids. You got 3 different baby daddies, and I ain't trying to be a baby daddy with you. You know what I'm saying? And then when I get with you, you want me to be your kid's father, and that's
to an extent, it's okay.
no, it's not. Because when we talking and we dating, no, it's not okay because I ain't, I ain't their daddy. All right, and you can't push me to now be their father because we talking. That's
That's a whole different
hypocritical.
thing. That's a whole different thing,
It is
and I got
different.
that's a whole different buffet right there. Because we ain't got time for that one. I would say though,
Canceling them all.
as my biggest gripe, or what really grinds my gears, is women don't know their worth.
Some
They
don't.
they let others
Dictate.
and tell them what their worth is.
Especially social media. They
Man.
Extremely
Especially
social
now.
media,
Especially now.
because I was taught that I'm not worthy to even hold up a candle to you. I'm just grateful that I've been chosen to lift you up and hold you up.
Right.
You accepted these hands to treat you and take care of you. And I'm gonna do my best to rose petals every time you walk. You burp it, I got you. Like, you ain't got to do not a nothing. That's just how I was taught. That's how I was brought up. But like I said, women are crazy. They want drama.
all I know is now that I'm 31 and now that I've been around the block a couple times.
Bending
I-
that joint.
I-
Bending that joint. You know what I'm saying? Just spit that joint, came back parallel park for a second.
I just think that it's for women, it's kind of subjective. Like, I can treat you like the best woman in the world. Is that what you really want?
True.
Nah, like I think for a man, and this is what I've been going through and what I've been thinking about for the last couple of days, couple of weeks, is that I need to define what masculinity is for me.
Well,
I used to think that, if for a woman I gotta be Mr. Knight in shining armor, but in actuality and honesty, it's not really about how this woman perceives me. It's about how I perceive myself. As my life, not hers. Just because I'm interested in her, just because I'm attracted to her, just because I may want what other brothers want in the moment, doesn't mean that I gotta go outside myself and be different from what I should have been taught. Because my dad wasn't really in my life, so I didn't really see a lot of examples of how a man should be. I do got some really great examples in my life. My grandfather did pass, so the main one wasn't, he was gone after a while. But I got some really great ones, but even still, I wasn't present enough for me to know. So I think it's really subjective. Like, no matter how I'm treating a woman, I could be treating her like she a goddess. Like, she don't want for nothing. She don't ask for nothing. I think there will still be some level of, as a woman, this is what I want from my man type.
I think women are afraid of stability.
I don't think that.
See, I
do.
won't say that. I won't say that. What I'll say is, I'm here. I agree with Nate. Is that we are taught how to treat women.
Right.
Right. Not saying that. Some people talk a wrong way, Some people are taught a right way. I guess it's no.
Some people do trial and error.
Some people just trial and error in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't really necessarily think. I think there's a wrong way, but I don't think that there is necessarily a right way. And the reason why I don't think it's a right way is because it's really up to her how she want to be treated.
Yeah,
And
what she want for sure.
you know what I mean? And like sometimes it take a sit down and be like, yo, what do you want out of this? What do you
What is your
want?
goals?
What do you want out of me? What do you want me to how do you want me to treat you? Because I can treat you how I feel like I should treat you as a woman, you know what I mean? Or I could treat you as whatever her name is. I could treat you like, I don't know, Ashley, Jasmine, whatever her name is. I could treat you like
Damn, I
that
hear.
though. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Or I could treat you, or I
How
could
many
treat
girls
you like,
got, boy?
stop it. I'm home married.
Alright.
Or I could treat you like that. You know what I mean? And I think it's complicated. Like you say, with social media, you know what I mean, things, and then with music, and then like things like cancel culture and stuff like that. How we will be like, oh, they'll cancel some dude or some girl because they act a certain type of way, and then it's be like, yo, but he a good dude. Like, why y'all throwing him out like that? Like, what he do? You know what I'm saying? He ain't R. Kelly in her. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's when it circles back to what I said. Like, if you define what masculinity is for yourself and what you should do as a man, I think you build yourself up a certain way. It attracts people who want that energy. So it takes away some of the stress of, oh, how should I treat this woman? How should I treat that woman? I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be myself and do things how I'm going to do it. Have the values that I'm going to have.
And if she
treat
want it,
a woman a certain way that I feel like she should be treated, and it's going to attract women that I think that wants that energy, for someone. I think it's a lot of pressure on both men and women. I think for women, like women are really good. I think some women are really great at defining what feminine energy is and give off a lot of it, and that does attract me. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Like a woman who is a woman is very attractive. And that just goes to show me that for a man, I think a man should really focus on their own masculinity. And it goes into a lot, how a man treats other people that's not even a girl, how a man like socializes with different people, how he, carry his own self, how his own values, how he worked for his, like what he doing to get his. You ain't got to be the richest person in the world, but I think that takes a lot of edge off of, man, how should I treat this woman? Like, and that's just what I've been going through and what I've been thinking about the last couple of weeks for myself. Like, I'm really trying to define that narrative for what it means for me to be a man.
Shoot, I've been thinking about these last couple of days. I'm gonna read this comment first. Alonda said, "We don't fit in a box as women. I think we want to be treated like humans as a baseline, but we want our man to understand that the intricacies and I can't say this word right now.
We just bought Hooked on Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Understand the many ways of what we specifically want and need, and it's not cookie cutter. That's a fact. Shoot, I'm about to change the whole combo because we all men here, and it's not going. We probably not. What?
I just gotta say one thing.
What's it?
Keep that thought.
Hurry up, then.
I would say if y'all haven't watched the movie Queen and Slim,
here we go.
Please watch that movie. It's a beautiful love story that ain't really supposed to be a love story, but that's exactly what it is. And how old girl said how she wanted, like what she looks for in a man is it was. She said it was just so beautiful. I ain't about to just watch that movie. It's a good eye opener.
No spoilers.
Right, no spoilers.
If you ain't seen it by
I don't care, but
if you ain't seen it by now, too bad. Anyway,
I agree with what Alonda said though. Like,
yeah, I agree too.
You can't. There's a lot of women out there. You can't really hold them to a box. But I just think that's when it all comes into like you define what your masculinity is, and then when you find that partner, then that's when you learn them, and then you can add to each other's life. So I definitely agree with what she's saying.
Now, my thing was because we all men, it probably ain't gonna be too many shows where it's just gonna be dudes up here. Because
True.
you know, we do need females here for some conversations we want to have. But
Where you at, Alexis?
It's a long
Where you at?
She got
Anyway.
canceled. No.
My question is, and I only can ask y'all because we are men, and I feel like we are men. We are men of integrity.
Yeah.
You ain't, nobody out here is really necessarily tripping or nothing too much, other than John, because John is always tripping.
I'm the calm type.
Other than Knuckles always tripping. They be falling wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Some people want it all, but I just anyway. My question is, because I can only ask men this question, how do you define being masculine? Because I've been thinking about about what being a man is, and I feel like we've gotten to a place that sometimes that we have some of the things that we describe as being a man, specifically in relationships, has kind of synonymous with cowardice.
Are you just saying how do you define masculinity in general, or being like masculine in a relationship?
I mean, they kind of go.
They kind of go head to head because you ain't got to be
how
big diesel
How
fighting.
I defined
it.
Lately, I've been feeling like it literally goes in like in everything that you do. Like, I feel like masculine energy plays into how you socialize with people, how you carry yourself, the conversations you have with people, the things your values, what you give off. I'm still learning as I go. I don't have it all together, but I'm really starting to think that it's all how you present yourself to the world. It's not mainly, I'm Macho Man Randy Savage and I'm always walking around with,
I'm talking to you today.
Like I ain't gotta walk in the room and be the toughest in the room. It ain't really about that for me. It's about giving off energy that can really says I'm comfortable with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with how I'm presenting things, how I'm presenting myself, and the things I'm going through in life. I think that's true masculinity right there. Like, I think there was a post where Jonathan Majors he was in a photo shoot and he was
that was a good post right there.
Yeah, he had wore like a whole bunch of like pink stuff.
He's looking like my man Don Flamingo from One Piece.
From One Piece, right? Like he was, he had to look like that, and a lot of dudes is just like hating on him, like. But to me, I think he showed true masculinity. Like, he was very comfortable in himself. He was able to do what he want to do, pose. Like if you know in yourself what you like can't nobody else tell me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I love women, no matter what I do, can't nobody walk up to me and be like, you on the other side, or no offense, but you gay or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think true masculinity comes down to, like just being able to be yourself, be comfortable with yourself, and able to present the world as you are, while still being able to, give off that vibe that needs to be given off as a man. That's what I think. Okay. What y'all boys think?
Dave?
Shit, me personally, like I had good father figures. Well, great father figure in my personal lifetime.
You're welcome.
Crazy.
And again, I know some great guys.
I need you to pick up
like I knew some great guys that came in my life as well. Like, they helped me, like, trying to, like, how can I say this? Like, evaluate on life on like how a man should like present itself, not prevent, but present itself. Like, my father, like, he was a great provider for me and my brothers and sisters as well.
Intricacies.
So I kind of got like the fatherhood picture of it, because I'm a father as well. So I try and do my best as I can. Like, not to say I'm gonna be great. Like, every parent is gonna struggle through something.
Mm-hmm.
So from that point on, I just, like, if I ever needed advice or anything, I just ask my dad, like, hey, how would you go about this? Like I know some stuff he went through. Like, from our past, like he had told me like, hey son, this is what such and such what we did and how we went about it. Like what one thing that my dad always taught me is like you don't always have to be like a great father. Just show the kids that you're there. Like just physically get a chance to talk to them, see them. Like just make sure that you're in the picture. Like don't try and drift away from something that you don't want to be. But then as a relationship side, like what Nate was saying, I love females as well. Like, but to understand the actual woman, me personally, like just know what she wants. Like she'll tell you, like, it don't hurt to ask a question. Like in my books. Like if you always want to ask a question, like come to me, like I might have the answers or I might know someone that might have a great answer. Like I said, I got good friends that help me get through anything if I need it.
True. All right. Knuckles, what's good with you, Brody?
Listen, how much time we got? No. So for me, I mean, it always boils down to the same word. For the man or the masculine type or just the male species, it boils down to accountability. We are held accountable. We'll always be held accountable. Just to give the example, like, I'm a born again believer, so going to Bible. Eve's the one who messed up, but who was held accountable? Adam. It'll always boil down to us. Whatever happens in our household, it could be our kids messing up, but who's the one that was taking the brunt of everything? It's the man, because we're the head. So it boils down to accountability. You did something. It is what it is. No one lives this life perfectly. We're gonna have faults. We're gonna have failures. It is what it is. But pick it back up. Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. For me, when it comes to to piggyback off of what Nate was saying, as far as dang, I just drew a blank. Being knowing who you are, being comfortable with yourself, and I don't have to explain my situation to you.
Of course you don't.
Outside opinions that's just exactly what it is. Y'all looking through a keyhole.
Yep.
You're not going to understand what goes on in the basement or the attic or all the other rooms in the house, because you're looking through one your perception is very limited. So I don't have to explain myself to you. I don't have to be the toughest guy in the room to know that, at least something goes on. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to do whatever. But dang, where were you going with this?
Take your time.
What would be some comments while you chilling?
I would say,
already reading.
To what you were saying too, as well as, our parents ain't going to be the greatest. I had to understand that my parents were also children when I was growing up. They're figuring things out, so I can't hold them for certain things that they didn't teach me or that they did taught me, whether it was good or bad. And, the people that I come around, picking things up from them, a lot of trial and error, because that's all we do. We don't have a set standard anymore. We're just trying to get back to that thing. And, there's a big difference of being there and being there. Because I told my dad, I spent my first Father's Day with my dad. I was 21 years old. And, us having our conversations, us mending that bridge, us, getting back to the things, it's, in a little kid's eyes, it's the small stuff. It's the, like, I don't mind the struggle. I don't mind the getting sat down, like, listen, either the lights get cut off or the gas get cut off. Which one y'all want? I'm like, it's a tough situation. However, but we're all still here. It's I remember times, we sitting in the dark. We got hurricane lamps on, but it's 3-4 o'clock in the morning. We playing Monopoly to candlelight. Those memories like that, I'll always hold dear to me. I always, that always has a special place in my heart.
Y'all some thugs.
We didn't have anything.
I'm not playing Monopoly in the candlelight.
We ain't have anything.
I'm blind like a mug.
That right there just shows me that no matter what, through thick and thin, we here. We got you. So stuff like that. So it doesn't, you don't have to be there, I don't, for us, especially, our job never ends. It never stops because 24/7, we're always accountable.
Of course.
I'm gonna leave it there.
I'm gonna bring it full circle.
Yeah. Mama said,
My mama said.
Mommy, I
she
love
said
you.
you have to be confident in your truth and be okay with being vulnerable spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. And like Nate said, shout out to my man Nate. Don't let anyone take that from you.
Talk to him, Mama. Talk to him.
Mama said, I'm a straight thug. Okay. Alonda said, balance is needed in both masculinity and femininity. Ooh, like I said that. Anyway. And walking in that balance exudes the ultimate masculine and feminine energy, but you need the space to explore and feel safe and comfortable doing so. Oh, ooh, safe space. I don't believe in those. But
No,
there is definitely, at least in relationship wise, you need to have space and feel comfortable to be a certain type of way and thing. Because out there, like you said,
outside there, they're gonna do you filthy. They're gonna dog you any chance that they could get. The one place that I expect to be vulnerable, the one place I expect to just, express my true feelings and show you who my whole myself is at home. And if I can't have that, what do we got?
We ain't got nothing.
We ain't got no trust, because I sure don't trust you with anything.
You held like a prisoner.
Right. It's going to be a need to know basis. And at this point, you don't need to know.
You putting headphones on in the house. Don't talk to me. Masculinity.
Yeah, your thoughts.
Oh my gosh. My thoughts are so complex.
Aren't they always?
Always, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm just a nobody.
Just know before he starts talking, he got this from me. Go ahead, continue.
Bars. Real name Brandon. Anyway. Masculine. To be masculine. This is a kind of a touchy subject to me because I definitely have times where I feel like I'm not being masculine. And sometimes and lately I've been feeling that I've been shrinking stuff instead of having a backbone about things because I don't want to have conversations.
Okay.
Because I don't like confrontation. But I guess real masculine energy is speaking your piece and not really caring so much. Not so much caring about nobody's feelings, but not caring about how people feel about how you feel. Yeah. It's being able to express yourself and let that, as Mama said, as Nate said, let what I said be my truth. And that's what it is for me. This is what my truth is. If you don't agree with it, that's cool. But this is what it is for me. And if this is the train you're gonna be on, you need to come on this one because I'm not hopping on that one. So this is the train that you trying to ride. You need to go ride on this train. But it's having that attitude of definitely accountability. Definitely, being able to definitely knowing your worth and being able to execute things. But also being able to take care of stuff. I think the most masculine thing any man can do is be accountable and follow through. If nothing else, regardless if it's a negative thing or a positive thing, if my dad said that he was gonna do it, he followed through.
That follow through.
And sometimes, you guys, my mom, it ain't always a positive thing. It ain't always a good thing, all the time. But he did say he was gonna do it, and it happened. You know what I'm saying? But I also agree that you also do need that space. And I don't think a lot of men get that space in that and feel comfortable to stand up straight.
Yeah.
In their perspective areas. And I think that's something that I'm trying to encourage myself, and I'm pretty sure other men are trying to encourage themselves. But in my trying to encourage myself, I'm trying to encourage y'all to do that, to work hard to stand up straight, if nothing else.
Amen.
To bring it back full circle.
Full circle for my man.
Full circle. We started out talking about how we should cut people off and trying to identify the discernment and who you cut off and how you cut them off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy you gave me a point of view from a father and how you felt with your father. I'm currently in the pursuit right now to talk to my father. And for a long time in my life, I feel like I should never talk to this man again. Been on the earth for 31 years. I heard from you probably all of like the accumulative time, probably 1 year. But but
365 days.
you know what I'm saying? Like
it sounds long.
I'm trying to find in my heart right now to forgive him and go about my life and start maybe try to develop some kind of conversation and relationship with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just think it really brought it all full circle for me. Sitting down talking to you guys.
Yeah, and that's what Pop the Bubble is supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's why we're trying to reel niggas in, you know what I'm saying?
We reel you in and then
pop them bubbles, you know what I'm saying? No,
go ahead though, Dave.
Like you don't need to forgive them.
Like I disagree with that. Don't hold on to things that ain't worth holding on to. And one of the things that's not worth holding on to is being angry at people for being themselves.
Well, that too. But like as my standpoint, because like, okay, I have 2 kids. My son is in Baltimore, so like it's a distance barrier between us, but like I still conversate with him. But it's not a better feeling than actually just seeing him and talking to him. But like from what you were saying, Nate, it's like, hey, okay, the years from what you were saying from 30 plus years, I'm not gonna go into full details about it, but for 3 decades, like you felt like time was wasted, but like once you actually do get that chance to reconcile with them, like you don't have to actually ask them the full details on like what happened, like this and that. Like you may want to, but like it's gonna be tough because you might not get the answers you want to hear, and that's probably just gonna hurt you a little bit more. But like at least you got answers going further down. Like, you know what? I understand now why this happened, that happened, but like at the end, you might get the results that you might want to hear, but then again, you might not get the answers you want to hear.
You're gonna find out. That's why I'm using the
like when I first got and I told my dad, he instantly just sat me down. He was like, "All right, I already went this with your brother years ago, and it got into a fight. So this is the story, out of this, out of that, and I only heard one side of the story, my mom's side and all 7 of my auntie's side. So all that only listen. So I get, I just got that one perspective. I didn't get my dad's perspective on things. I didn't see it through his eyes. I didn't see how things happen. I mean, at the end of the day, I can't sit there and push a button and okay, let's restart this whole thing. And now that you got your stuff together, she got her stuff together. Can we all get together so that way I can have a normal childhood? That ain't gonna happen. You just gotta pick it up where it is. My dad, one of the biggest thing that he said to me, and I respect him for it, he's like, listen, I understand that I can never truly be I'm your father physically, but the dad role thing, I can't really say too much about it because I wasn't there. You're already a grown man. Mm-hmm. So the only thing we could do is try to reconnect, reconcile, if anything,
be men about it.
And our relationship is great now, but it took time, and it's going to take those tough talks, and
yes, it is.
Him expressing where he was coming from, and like I said, I had to understand that they were children having us, and him also letting him know how it affected me. I went through this because you weren't there. I had to go through this trouble, this trauma, all these different things because you weren't there to protect me. You weren't there to coach me. You weren't there to do this, do that. And, give him, that understanding like, damn, okay, yeah, I definitely dropped the ball. I know the severity of how much I dropped that ball. Mm-hmm. And all right, but it is what it is. X amount of decades went by. Let's squash it. What we doing now? How can we move forward? And it takes baby steps, but
that's all it is.
When it comes together, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah,
we're gonna find out. I'm gonna keep y'all posted.
Growth is definitely one of those things that
like what my dad said, don't be the quitter, but a try. So,
yeah, growth is definitely a personal thing. You definitely got to do it on your own, regardless of the conversations you have with anybody. It's up to you to grow with it or not. You know what I mean? That was a good conversation, y'all boys. Shoot, I want to continue it. You know what I mean? But we gonna have to pick that up another joint.
Yeah. Until next time.
We gonna end it though talking about what we usually talk about when we end it. What you been listening to?
Oh man, for me, it's always still on the jazz tip. John Coltrane is always in the ears. I need that soothingness, especially in all this chaos. I need my jazz going on. Something about those horns and those pianos that just.
What I've been listening to, I've been listening to.
Some
of everything.
Booty boat chicks.
Not no magnificent.
It's okay if that's your man.
Everything.
It's okay.
Me personally, it's really just gospel.
Oh yeah, you on the gospel trip?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
Ty Tribbett just dropped
Ty Tribbett did just drop a new album.
Did he?
He did.
Ty Tribbett done dropped like 3 albums.
Ty Tribbett the other day.
Yo, I didn't think he was that skinny.
Yo,
like I knew he was skinny, but I didn't know he was like that
skinny.
Like skinny.
That man,
like
you wasn't there when we went to see him?
No.
Oh yeah, that boy is skinnier than
When
Nate
did I
skinny.
see him?
He was at Mount Olive.
When was this?
This was a while ago. This is back when we were still chilling with AJ and them.
Ooh, so I was around.
Yeah, you just missed that one.
Yeah,
I guess
missed that one too.
I was here when Marvin Sapp came, and everybody stormed that church thinking he was gonna sing. He's like,
he said, "I'm not gonna sing," but he did sing a little bit.
Yeah, he did. He had a little.
He had a little bit to say. A little bit to say. Shoot, every week I'm listening to something different. So my Discover Weekly, I haven't started yet, so I'm still doing that. I've been listening to a lot of thought-provoking music lately.
Okay.
Because I've been in a space of thinking. I have been in deep thought. Especially these last couple days, these last couple weeks. It was things like that's in my head right now, getting out the boat because what God got for me ain't in the boat. Is out there in the water. Is you gonna step out like Peter did, or is you gonna sit in a boat? You know what I mean? Or like, like we talked about today, speaking your truth, being a man, like what is really being a man,
Right.
like standing up straight, you know what I mean? Having hard conversations, you know what I mean, which I abhor. Okay. So like I've been listening to a lot of stuff like that. So that's what's been on my mind. That's what I've listened to. Y'all, thank you for listening to us today. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
It's your boy Dan the Dark Knight. You know what I mean? With Knuckles, Nate, Dave, and we're gonna think of a nickname next time. You know what I'm saying? But like every week you gonna hear me say it. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. If you got real, then appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
And we're gonna talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Are you ready to launch your business, but you don't know where to begin? Join the Iberio Business Center online program, which serves the Finger Lakes in Rochester, New York. The business course is offered in both English and in Spanish. Take advantage of the different speakers and their expertise throughout this course. The online program includes a pitch competition, which will assist you with funding for your business. For more information, visit iberio.org or call 716-418-4782.